So, receive the package. The other end is going to remain discreetly hidden so that you don't see addresses. With a package within a package. So yes, I decided to try Pact coffee, which again comes with a stupid HelloFresh £25 discount where I got from Amazon as well for buying something. Yeah, so now I have £50. I wonder if I can combine them because it's like 48 quid or something for ingredients. I don't think they claim it's cheaper than you'll be in the supermarket. Yeah, they don't if it's ridiculously organic. Also, £50 wine voucher. Probably showed the code there. I don't think I'm going to spend it anyway. So it's probably going to be expensive. Steak from Donald Russell. Say £29. That steak does not look cooked at all. Look at it. Red. I mean, clearly they're raw on the back, but that's meant to be cooked. It's been fingered with the heat. It hasn't even been cooked. So, a note with a picture of Josie, even though it says it's Ed's note. I don't know what's going on there. Page 3, hottie. This one's hottie. There's a hot coffee. Not a hot lady. Yeah, page 3 doesn't exist anymore, so that joke's going to be old. So yeah, something about coffee rituals, coffee culture, writing to people, chocolate protein shake. Chuck Norris apparently, but I doubt Chuck Norris actually does that. One of them fingerly things that you can make. I think that might be a bit too small for an adult's fingers, but you never know. I'm not going to make it now. Maybe I'll make it for the next video when I'm doing the tasting. So, Hermes Perrier Espresso or chocolate chip cookie, because when I ordered it, I wanted to order creme brulee in the first instance, but that wasn't there, and then they had fruity options, and they really didn't sound particularly appetizing. Then I waited and waited, and ordered sticky toffee, and took the order, and then, well, first off, in the instance, it asks you to input your preferences, and then it suggests chocolate chip cookie, and it's like, no, I wanted sticky toffee. That's what I clicked on to order, and that's what I want. So I changed it, and then it accepted it, but then in the email it's like, oh no, that's been too popular, we're not going to send you that. We're going to send you chocolate chip cookie, 250 grams. So, grounds in England, I'm guessing, but country it says Brazil, because you can choose whether you have it ground or not grounds. It's got a little tiny air hole. I don't know if that makes a difference to keep it fresh. Ground by Georgia. And it says, hey Jason, you're so sweet from Shem, Cambridge. Currently drinking Sato Say Fernandez. I don't know what that is. It's got return the compliment. Take a picture, share it with Twitter. No, probably show it off. But yeah, very unusual packaging for a coffee. It looks like they could have just sent it in this rather than in the additional thing. I mean, just stick a label on this and hey presto, it's good to go. And especially if it's got the breathing hold, because the main package couldn't breathe. I can already smell the coffee though, but perhaps that's why they're not allowed to send it, because it would smell. And you're not allowed to send smelly mail because that gets taken for testing by drug dogs and all of the plethora, because strong smell hide things. Very, very strong. I haven't got a spoon to be able to show you. 1 second, I have got a spoon to the side. It's a cereal spoon though, but I'll just ignore that factor. Now I'll make a coffee with it soon, but I chose to have it ground. You can have it whole and grind it yourself. Looks very, very fresh still, though, surprisingly. But then again, it is freshly ground and then sent to you straight away. And other than the breathing hole, it's quite a sealed container. It's all metallic inside. So pretty good, and on to tasting an opinion.
So, while the coffee is brewing, you'll notice that your next pack will be £3.90, and you can change your delivery date anytime you want. Now, if you recommend, you could do pact.coffee/whatever your own thing is. I've set indelacio, obviously, and there are free gifts that you can collect for recommended people. For 2 people, you get this Teatowel and a mug gift set. Now, if you recommend 4 people, you get coffee made in, I didn't catch the book name, and then for 6, you get the Mary Cold Brew gift set. And for 9 people, you get this lovely Aeropress. There's the second time I've narrated this because I forgot to click record on the footage, and the Mario drip scale set is for 12. And if you recommend 16 people, you get this Chemex wooden James Bond inspired, I don't know what it is, to be honest, but it looks impressive. Chemex, however you want to pronounce it. And for 20 people, you get this rather nice looking pouring kettle. Now, if I don't get any of these, I'll show them off on future videos, so click at the link and see if you like it. Thank you.
Okay, so in the first part of the video, mine sounded a bit negative about it, but that's what the coffee looks like. When it was freshly boiled, there was more of a crummy layer than you can notice right now. So you get the thickness that I'm guessing is what was described as the chocolatey taste. The fullness in the mouth, so to speak. Because it's not really a sweet chocolatey flavour. But obviously you want a dark roast, which is why I didn't want to have the fruity ones, because they're going to be more of a wet roast, and that's the 2 different types of varieties, although you can get the in-between depending on how quickly it's been taken from the fruit, and there's obviously only 2 types of coffee bean. One's Arabica, I can't remember the other one off the top of my head. But when Kenko was always going, oh, we only use Arabica beans, it's like, well, yeah, there's only 2 types of coffee, so it doesn't really make sense that you would say that. Well, to people who know coffee anyway. But yeah, it's a small company that have their own baking, I don't know what the correct term would be, roasting, so they're roasting their own beans, and that's why things will be in such small quantities that you might get suggested other ways, and yes, you probably won't end up with the one you like. At least this time I ended up with a dark roast, like I said. I didn't want wet roasts, I wanted a dry roast, a dark roast, something that's actually the sort of coffee I go for, because if you want a dry roast and you end up with a wet roast, you're not really going to be happy about that, because the flavours are going to be quite different, and you might just go, oh, I like this coffee rather than this coffee, and not notice the difference so much. And I haven't added milk or sugar like I really meant to, but I wanted to get the tasting out of the way. So yeah, it's all in small, freshy roasted things, and that's also why you probably won't necessarily get the same thing from month to month. For example, they might have been trying to make creme brulee and then ended up making sticky toffee, because they'll just taste it when it comes out of the oven and see what they ended up with, and then ship that off. But I ended up with a chocolate chip, which turned out an alright colour in the end, and like I say, you get a fresh creme layer, even though it was pre-ground, and this is like 4 days in, not too much of one. So if you want that entirely, you're going to want the whole beans, but not everyone has their own grinder at home, so that'd be kind of unreasonable. But at least they give you the option to do that yourself, and you're still going to need to steep it a bit and let it infuse, because otherwise you're just going to end up with something really watery, so make sure you pay attention to that. But if you want to try it for yourself, links in the description below. It'll be £1 for 250 grams, including postage. Obviously it's going to be nearer £7 for each variety you get. You can have it either 7 days or 14 days if you do decide to go on, and there are the prizes which I showed in the intermission that you can get for referring other people, so check it out for yourself. Thanks for watching. This is Pact Coffee, and it's quite an alright coffee. If you like coffee, then maybe you want something a bit different. I'm sure you can get different varieties each month. I can see where they're coming from with the chocolatey flavour, but I don't really get cookies in it, to be honest. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you around.